Hello everyone, welcome back to Cats and Mugs. Listen, I don't like starting videos off with like this whole like pre whatever that I have to explain every time I get around to posting a video for some reason. This time our great issue, I literally have been working on this build. I don't even know, I can probably check what day I started quickly. Date the 3rd, and today is the 7th. Yes, so actually I did it in 4 days. That's pretty nice for me, but I have been like constantly playing The Sims for the past 4 days, and I was recording this build all in long form, talking the whole time. Talking the whole time, and literally there's no audio. So right, no problem. I think I literally just like whenever, I don't think I updated OBS, but I sometimes like if I shut my computer down, or honestly any other time, it will take away what I have inputted as my mic, which is like my actual mic, and it will like switch back to the default mic, and when it does that, it's not recording anything. And normally I realize, because I have my OBS open most of the times when I'm recording, but maybe I didn't with this one as much because I was like having Pinterest up and stuff, but like I can see like the audio level is like actually recording something, and somehow I missed that for all 10 hours that I filmed this build. Like, actually insane that I did that. And I'm like, I wouldn't be as upset about it. I'm not even upset, like, honestly, but I guess I'm like, I'm pressed about it because someone asked for another long play video, and I was like, I literally, like, that's what I want to do, and I think it would be awesome to be able to record an entire process and like show you guys more of my process, because I do cut out some things. Like, I normally cut out landscaping and all that stuff, and the good thing is that it did end up, like, obviously now I have just all of it recorded, so it's still here for y'all to watch, but it's just not the same as it being long play. I know, because I literally, like, I watch my videos back, so I can tell like when was like it's a different vibe. Like, you get a different thing from it, and yeah, I mean, my next video will be long play. I hope, and when things like this happen, I mean, I just like get better about everything, so I'm never that mad at myself making mistakes. But it's just like crazy that I literally filmed 10 hours, and I was like, I don't know, I was gonna post, like, I was gonna try to post it like 2 videos a week for this build, so we could get it all out and y'all could download it. But now y'all get to download it all in one. The first time you see it, you have it. So that's cool. And yeah, it's just unfortunate because even if there's only one person that wanted a long play, like, I wanted to make that long play for them, but that'll be the next video, and it should be coming soon. The thing is, like, my fuel for like wanting to build and wanting to play and all these different like levels of fluctuation with the Sims 4 happens, and for some reason right now I'm like all the way in, like all the way. And I think it's because I've started watching Sims YouTube again, and when I watch it, I'm just like, this game is perfect. Like, why am I not playing right now? And like, I literally turn the video and like within 5 seconds I'm on my computer and I've turned on the game. I'm like, hello. But so yeah, I should have another build on the way, and I think I'll post a poll because now I can kind of do it in a more coordinated way, I guess, of like showing all my whole process, and then be like split it up. I've done videos like that in the past. Like, I did like how to build a multifunctional, it wasn't how to, was it, or build, I don't know, like a multifunctional lot. So I might post, if y'all would rather see me do a full build process on like a community lot or a residential one, because for the community one, I don't know if I want to do what I'm thinking about next or not, the police department, but that one's going to have a bar and all of that, and I am like really into furnishing the town right now because that's where I'm playing, so it's like kind of where I want things to be done. So I think I'm gonna like focus on finishing the town. But I did when I played and that is a reference to the city most part of Hinford on Bagley. And I traveled to the lots that are like in the most country, like not forest, just like straight up plains and rolling hills. I traveled there because I wanted my son to be able to ride her bike and like learn how to ride it. But like when I traveled there, I was like, oh my god, wait, because this part of the world is actually gorgeous, and I'm so happy I saved it for last. Because oh my god, I'm gonna have fun over there. So I do want to finish the town first, so I can like, because I think it helps like when you kind of lock into one style, and the builds just get better as you go in that one style. Like kind of, I feel like the colony house is or the RV is what I did first, and that one was relatively simple, so it was kind of hard to go wrong with it because it was really just like landscaping and then like putting a basically a blueprint of like CC that makes the vans, and then the colony house, which I guess I am going to rebuild that though at some point, but I'm not interested in it. So we'll see when I get to that. But um yeah, in the city I want to build, and I'm saying city, obviously it's not anything, it's really town. We're headed to town. I'm going into town today. But I want to build a rental setup with a lot of houses, and there's this cute picture illustration I saw on Pinterest where like they're like townhomes in a circle, and then there's like a courtyard, but they all have like separate yards and then like little planters in each one of them, and it's really cute. And I think I could build something like that, and that would like really fit the style there. And it would just be like townhomes with like that like shacky looking roof and like stuff like that. So I could build that one with you guys. I mean, I don't even know. I've been so like recently, like when I film, if I feel like talking, then I just record myself talking while I do it, and if I don't, then I record it without audio, and that like kind of defaults into a speed build. But so we'll just really see how I'm feeling. But I could record that one more intensively, I guess is what I'm saying. Or we could do the police department. So I might post a poll on that. And yeah, we'll just go from there, because today we have a speed build, and now that I've given all my precursors, I think we can get into what I'm doing. Also, I am scrolling on Pinterest on camera, and because I was doing it with y'all, and I think that I was gonna cut it out, but I kind of feel like it helps to be able to see it still, like even when it just flashes, like you know what I'm thinking about. And another thing that I want to apologize for is I think I move the camera around a lot when I play, like just like naturally, and when I do speed builds, I try to like not do that, and I try to like keep it like not even in one angle, but just not like literally, because I'll just like press like WASD like back and forth, and I think I'm doing that in some parts of this build, so I'm sorry for that, because I think when it's sped up, it looks a little bit like, ooh, what's happening? But hopefully it's not like every part. But here I built this like the first time when I called myself sketching in the Sims. Like I was trying to like I was thinking about um this YouTube video that I watched that was a Minecraft video, and he was using Minecraft to like mock up what he wanted, which is kind of common I guess in Minecraft, at least for like Minecraft YouTubers. And I was like, I feel like I never like mock up what I want in the Sims. Like I only do it outside of the Sims. So I was like, let me try to do it in there. And no, it doesn't work. I think I'm too detail focused first to be able to do that, because all I did was end up decorating the spot to see if I liked the way it looked. And then I didn't, and then I bulldozed a lot, but I cut all that out. So I was gonna have that in the long play. But here we are. I needed to make this shorter because, as you see, we're still at an hour and a half, sped up 6 times, or like 600%. And yeah, but the whole lore of this, which is crazy because I was creating it while I was filming this. Like, I'm sorry that I just keep getting so psyched out of myself, but I'm just like, wow, like, because I keep saying like, well, I already explained this, but like, no, you haven't. Like, that was recorded nowhere but the air in your room. But so I wanted, initially when I went into this slide, I thought I would be building a diner of sorts. That obviously was not the case, and as I started building, I created a path down the middle from where the entrance is, on the lot, where they have like the road leading up to the edge of the lot. And when I saw that split, I was like, we should put something like small and cutesy on the other side, and then put a house on this side or on the left side. And I thought about, like, I was like, a fan would be really nice, and it would kind of keep that line going through the save, like with those sprinkled in other places than just the one lot. And then I also found that I had some other CC that was like more of like a camper van. I think it's like glamper CC set. I don't know if there's any other word, glamper. I don't know, but if you look up that, I'm sure it will come up. But I used that stuff on this one instead, and I decided to turn it into a cafe. And as I was building it, I was like using colorful things, and then I used it's not awning, the trusses. I don't know what they're called. It's not a truss. I think it's like when you have like a roof that's like all wood, but like the little corner pieces that go at the top of the columns. I used one of those from Island Living, and I was like, that would be really fun if we had a sim from originally from Sulani that somehow wound up here and opened up a cafe. And I was like working through, because at first that's what I was gonna build. I was gonna build a cafe, and I wanted to just literally build only the cafe, and I wanted it to be inspired by a fruit, and this was like original idea. But then as I got in game, I realized that the fruits that I had, I was like, I don't really want to do this in that way. And then I started, like, once the Sulani thing kind of came forth, I was like, we don't really need to anchor into a fruit. Like, I think we can anchor on to the Sims identity and culture and go from there. And I've also, like, I've created the Sims now, and playing with them, I'm still trying to figure out how to really, like, because I think in real life, you don't have to, nobody has to sell home their own identity, or they shouldn't have to. But it's almost like when you create characters, you kind of, it's not make things extreme, because we're not doing caricatures here at all. And we're not doing like stereotypes at all. But I want you to be able to look at her and like know that she's not from Henford. And I think that comes across, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. And I think it's also hard because the like Sulani isn't a real place, and like obviously the Sims based things off of other places in the real world, but it's kind of hard when they lump what they consider to, I guess, be island vibes into one pack, you know. And like the kind of the same thing with like Tomarang and Mount Karamarebi. Like I guess Mount Karamarebi is more Japan, but like people kind of lump it into like every East Asian situation. And so then it kind of gets hard when you're making Sims and you're like, who do I like, what does the Sim even look like? Like, I don't know. But I think that the Sim tank, she came out cute, so I guess that's enough for me. But in her clothing, I tried to like do a little bit of using stuff from Island Living, very loosely, to be honest. But and then also I just wanted her to look like she like enjoys wearing less clothes, I guess, like, because I just feel like people, I don't know, I don't even know if that's like a thing, if I just make that up, but like I imagine her being in and out of the water, like when she was in Solani, like she really loves the water. And I should have her swimming game, but surprise surprise, she is pregnant, so I don't know if she can swim. But like I want her to always need like some type of like water every day, maybe, or maybe every other day, something like that. I still am like trying to work out those like little storytelling things, and it's like it's fun, but it's such a involved process that like I want to record it, but then I'm like, I always go in between of, I don't want to record like a current household with one lot in the town, but then I'm not going to place other lots. Like I have to build everything, so then should I build everything? But I want to play, and then it's like, well, you can still play and not record, but then it's like I want to show you all the process. So I don't know, it's hard, and I'm still figuring it out, but I think everything happens at its own pace, and everything happens for a reason when it does. So we'll figure it out eventually. And yeah, but so we ended up doing a truck, and I tried a couple of different iterations of trying to make a truck. I did try to actually make a truck, and that did not work out. So. I don't even know if this in this recording or not, but yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Okay, but then also, so this Sims actual storyline. Her name is Mila, and I imagine that in Sulani, she was a mechanic, and I'm still working out the kinks. Like honestly, mechanic was all I had like up until yesterday. But then I was thinking, because I had when I clicked on her, I think I was trying to do a pose, and then I saw the interaction of like summon Sulanian spirits, and I was like, oh, interesting. So I summoned them, and when the Sulani spirits came, that I think I asked, it was like asked for judgment, and they said that she wasn't honoring her Solanian spirits or her Solanian culture, and I was like, oh, girl, not that. But then I thought that they were saying like she wasn't doing enough. But then when I was reading the moodlet that she got, it seemed like they were saying, or she was like, am I not enough? Like, am I like, am I the problem? Like, it was almost like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like they denounced her before. It wasn't like she was like coming up to them saying, oh, I don't like Sulani type thing. So I was like, that's a weird like feeling like you've been separated from your culture in a way. But I didn't want the bit of like her being from there. So honestly, but now that I say that, maybe she just like didn't even grow up there. No, but I like what I have more, I think. So I was thinking that maybe her and her father worked there. Like when they grew up in Solani, they both were, he was a mechanic, and that she kind of followed in his footsteps. But I think that there has to be something with like her father. I think that could have thrown things off, but I don't know what, because I could see like maybe her turning 18, and like as she was like growing and maturing, she was kind of like, well, I do want to see other things. Like I don't want to just be here. Like I'm looking at my dad, he's been here this whole time, and I don't want that for myself. Like I enjoy the cars, I enjoy the tinkering, using my hands, blah blah blah. Like it instilled a lot of like good habits and morals in her and all of that. And like, yeah, I wanna footnote that, but I don't know, I can't do it in my brain. Y'all know, God, my brain, Lord help us. But I was thinking like maybe they got into like a huge fight, and I don't know how she would have had the means to get up out the city or up out of Sulani. Like maybe they have, I don't even know like what, I don't know. I don't know enough about the world to know how you would like leave an island in an affordable way. And it's Sulani's an island, right? I just look at the map. Oh my god, wait. I'm so annoying. I had to find the Sims 4 map. I don't even know who. I just like look up and see whatever first one pops up whenever I want to look at the map. They're so cool though. Like I love the concept of people imagining where all these things actually are in the reference. Look, this one's cute. I want to click this one. Let me click it. Okay, let me make it big. But because I used to go off of this, because especially when I was playing with the Sasaki family, which is like always my, obviously my that's my base. That's my OG. That's my OG. But I would have them live around each other based off of this map. So we have Solani's right. They put it in the center, like it is an island, and then they have San Myshuno next to it. And I kind of love. Where is Henford? Oh my god! Wait, Henford is right there. Wait. In Windenbrook? Do I have that? Is Windenbrook what came with? That came with. Oh my god! I probably sound crazy. Didn't this come with the oldest pack? Okay, I do have that, but maybe I kind of want her to have lived in a city at some point, but maybe she went from like Sulani to maybe Mount Komorebi, because her boyfriend, I don't know where he's from either, but I just want him to be an artist. And I don't know where I want them to have met. Maybe she moved to, I think San Myshuno is probably the easiest concept. Like, she went to San Myshuno, and because I think that she lived there for a good bit of time before they met. Like, I think that she was already very, like, on her own timing for a minute before she had any, like, desire to even, like, get with someone, like, romantically. And maybe they crossed paths somewhere in San Myshuno, and why would they have gone to the city? I haven't figured that part out yet. But I think that they would have traveled the world together. Or, like, maybe, I mean, I don't even know. Like, spontaneous trip. But how would they afford all this? Let me think. Because what could have been her job when she got to San Myshuno? Could it still have been mechanic work? Like, maybe, like, working in, like a dark alley, like, on a I don't even know what a repair shop looks like in New York City. Right? But, like, I see her, like, working somewhere, but, like, almost working under still kind of, like, the same energy as, like, this older man that's her dad, working under him and what that was like, and then that kind of being mirrored when she got to San Myshuno. And I don't know where they met. And now I'm kind of getting interested, because I'm like, I really do want another origin story, because I think that will help a lot. Because with their, and also, like, sorry to be using this time to just ideate, but I think it's pretty interesting. Is it more interesting than me talking about the fact that I didn't record audio for 10 hours straight? I literally can't believe it. Like, it's hard for me to get truly shocked by my own actions, because most of the time it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But with that, I'm just like, damn, like, 10 hours, girl, you didn't see that for 10 hours? Okay, right, no problem. But so if, because, okay, so did I finish explaining her thing? Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, let's just go through the full line of her thing. So we have to go back and figure out whatever happened between Sam Ishino and him from Bagley. But once she got to him from Bagley, she can no longer work on cars because they don't drive here. And I think that she shifted to working on bikes, but she also was like, I can finally, like, it kind of felt like the shackles were, like, released, because she kind of was, like, finally in a place that, like, wouldn't even allow her to think about going back to mechanic work, and, like, still trying to appease her dad, but, like, not seeing him anymore. But, like, from far away, she's just like, well, if I'm still doing, like, part of her felt better by continuing to do the work that she kind of abandoned in so long. Her computer freezing. Hi, are we still recording? Yes, we are. Hi. Okay. But yeah. And so when she got here, she was like, my staples were always coffee, apple, and a cigarette. Right, guys? This is like the most corny part of the storyline, but I think it's so cute and, like, cartoonish. And so then she opened up a cafe called Apples and Ash, or Apple and Ash, I think. And it's just, like, out of the truck that she had. And the thing is, because the truck is more like, because at first I was picturing doing, like, a full RV, but just without a, like, bedroom part. But honestly, I think that that could have even been abandoned, and they just, like, built out that whole part, because she is very handy, and I like that idea. Because the inside, you end up, I mean, I didn't furnish it to the end, but the inside ends up being very just empty with all the stuff that they need for a shop. But I won't spoil it, I guess. But it's not a house. It's not a bedroom or anything in there. So yeah, maybe they found that when they were there. That's cool. And that could have been, honestly, what if that was, like, her first, like, because she was like, well, I know how to work on cars. I can, like, fix the tires and all this stuff up on here, and, like, take off some of the rust and stuff like that. So maybe that was, like, the first little project that she did when she got to Hinford. But yeah. So again, with the moral thing that I did want to touch back on, with the cafe, I have it set to where they like drink coffee. It's a small business, is how I'm doing it. They drink coffee. They I one of them is to give each other hugs, and there's another one that I'm forgetting, but I don't know. But the hug thing, I didn't know how it would actually like play out, but it's so cute. Like anytime anybody comes to the business, they give her a hug, and I think that like it really helps to take home like how caring she is, because it never gave like emotionally detached um like younger daughter runs away. Like it's really like overly attached. I'm too attached to be here. I have to go. And then like even then she was still kind of fighting and wrestling with the idea of ever stopping the mechanic work that her dad taught her, because she really did value all of that, but she just did not want to be stuck in the same environment for the rest of her life. And it's only stuck if like it's not stuck on like nobody can stay in the same place for their whole life. Like obviously anybody can do that if they want to, but for her that was not her truth. And yeah, so what happened to San Marino? Like, hey guys, what happened to San Marino? And it's crazy because like Loki, like I mean, but I think this is like the Sims freak in me, that anytime I do something, I'm like, well, what if we rewind it a little bit? Like, should I go play San Marino for a year and then we just catch up to this spot? Like, all right, y'all, back to the same. Like, I just want to play with every part, but I think it's fine. What happened to San Marino? What happened? Okay, but also, so the dynamic of the relationship. We could have 5 current households by now, but the dynamic of the relationship, when I first started playing with them, and like she's like running the cafe, so she's meeting like the people that I've made, and they got close to Indy from the last build, the cabin, and like close, but like not that close. Like they literally like she showed up and like gave them hugs, and they hadn't even like actually introduced themselves to her. I figured out later on, but they were like, the guy, what's his name, Corey, Kory. I thought that was so cute. Corey Cross, Mila Cortez, which yeah, I think that's correct. And then there's a kid that I have not even addressed yet, which is kind of crazy. But uh Corey got a phone call like just before he was going to go to bed one night, and it was Indy saying like you should be more committed to Mila than you are. And I was like, whoa, wait, because I did like when I made them in cast, I just made them partners, and honestly I don't really even know like what the Sims deems that term as, because if they're are they not dating? Like I assumed it was past dating and like just not married, but I don't know, to be honest. But yeah, she called and said that, and I was like, wait, like is there a level of non-committalness here? And because that's too fun to play with. Like that's too fun. And I was like, wait, okay, Corey is not committed. Corey doesn't know. Corey won't let his claims, like maybe because maybe he's the traveler, he's the one that's been everywhere, like on different, I don't, but then like it's just crazy because it's like, then like what is his background, you know, like where did he come from, what was his financial status, did he go to school, because maybe he went to school in San Marino. I don't know, because I think that could be cool. Maybe his parents like are from, maybe he's from Brindleton Bay and went to San Marino for school and maybe like studied abroad. But the thing is, like, I don't want the storyline. But then they didn't meet that long ago, so yeah, that doesn't even matter. But maybe he studied abroad in various places, and that like also helped him with travel. Like, I mean, not helped him, but like that's furthered his like traveling spirit. Maybe not several places, maybe just one place, but I don't know where. I keep looking at Silver Dorada. This could have been pretty cool, and I can see that for him. But I don't know. How do they meet? Like, I want it to be like something cute. Can I find like ways for characters to meet on Pinterest? I don't know. It's kind of fun. And also, if you're still watching 30 minutes in, I guess you like me. Like me enough. I guess. I don't know. I need. Oh my god. I get distracted every time I click on Pinterest because obviously it's just like all your different interests looking at you. Um. Ways for characters to meet. Lag spike. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much while trying to record audio. Guys, come on, be chill with me, please. Please be chill. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nothing's coming back. Okay, we're good. Let me X out some steps. Okay. These are all like this like ways to introduce characters by overhearing them say something unusual and funny. Hey guys, I'm not worried about this. I need them to meet. Cause like I think work would have been like, where would they ever have had work together? Wait, what if okay, let me talk out loud. Sorry. I'm like following each idea, like see how long they last in my head. One thing, my first thought was like, dad is the mechanic place that she worked at, or his dad was somehow at the mechanic place that she worked at in San Myshuno. But then I was like, no, I want them to be from Brindleton Bay. So maybe a college friend was working at the mechanic place and Corey would come by, and like chill with him there. Maybe like after like, I don't even know. I think like he would just be like, I just need to be out the studio for a second. I just need to be out the studio. The studio. But the studio is like coordinated with his school. So there's a campus somewhere in New York. I mean, in San Francisco. There's a campus in San Francisco, and then yes. And then so the studio is like a school building. Picture that. Not like in a like, you know, if you went to school in the city, like you get what I'm saying. It's a school building. Cause that's part of the vibe. He's like having to walk off campus. Like he gotta go off campus. But he's still in the city, but he gotta go off campus. And then he goes hang out with his friend that's like just getting I don't know, like just I guess like working whatever you can work as a student. And maybe he was more of a, I'm hearing sounds in here and I don't know. Like I really don't think that there's a cat in my room right now. So, right, guess we'll visit that in about 30 minutes or an hour, right? But yeah, so there's like maybe a friend that was like studying like more architectural design or something like that. Oh wait, it's literally my chair making the sound, right? Okay. And so he was like not interning, like I think that this was somebody that was like they had to work to support themselves through school, and they met through that friend. That sounds kind of nice. I kind of like that. Do I make the friend? But the friend won't live in Hinford. That's the thing, because it's such a closed off environment. It's like I appreciate that for like my lack of control and fine tuning, because then I can actually focus and like have a finishable like goal, which is like to finish the entire world. But at the same time, there's so many times where I'm like, well, if we could just branch a little bit further out, we could have this people here. Because I think like the city, like, I mean, that could be a cool juxtaposition though, to have like the city gameplay and then what's happening in Henford. But I don't know, that's not necessary right now, and I can't even think like that. I think, and that's where I was like talking about like in the last video, like I just need to go write a story at that point because get too much going on. We can't physically get in and build all this stuff and also like try to play it all. Maybe we could. We'll be here all day, all year. But yeah. So that sounds like a good idea. I need to write that down somewhere after this. So I should probably make a no. Actually, no. I'll just leave this Pinterest board up and I'll remember. But okay, so they met through a friend. And that means like if he was in college, like I would say maybe he was like 23. Like we could say like on the latter end of his college time. Which I guess 22 is the typical age. So we can go for 22. And I think her age probably could be the same, like yeah, let's say she moved away when she was literally 18. And well, no, because that's like a lot for the city, like to be living in the city, like unless she had a family there. I don't know. Like maybe she just like rented a room somewhere with like the money that she did have saved up. And yeah, we can do that. We'll say 18. And maybe that doesn't make the most sense. I mean, I think 18-year-olds do it. I can't even imagine being close to that. Why I did move out. Wait, okay. I'm just talking too much. Anyway, so moved out when she was 18. Somehow I was in San Martino and maybe had like a tiny little room somewhere and worked in this mechanic shop. And I like to think that like whoever was there kind of realized like the situation, but also was like it's not my space to like tell her to go back to her dad. So like let us just step up and like let her like work here at this young age. And I mean, which is like she's 18, but I don't know. Like they could tell that she was like away from home and she needed a job. And so did she work there? And I think that would be kind of cute, like her knowing everything, like the ins and outs of that place, and like the 3 years that she worked there, or yeah, before she met Corey, and then like in his final year, so maybe when he was like 21, they actually met, and the friend that worked there was probably like, oh, she knows everything. Like, if you ever any questions, like maybe like she like turned the corner one time while they were hanging out or something, and like he introduced himself because I do think that he's like quite outgoing, and he's also a love bug, which is so cute. Like he's just like so in love with her, and I think it was like maybe like a yearning thing. And honestly, like for some reason my brain is going to the way the plot of Obsession, but I don't want any of the toxic. I mean, it could be a little bit toxic, but not the not bear level, not villain level toxicity. But or I don't even know what his problem, like avoidant, but too shy. I'm confused. But like that vibe. And especially I'm talking about a movie. It's a poor movie, but um, no, there's a bug in here, y'all. I hear it sounds like when a fly is trapped, like in the blinds or something, and they're like fluttering. That's what I hear. I don't see anything though, so I'm gonna continue to ignore it and then like continue to like turn around suspiciously. Okay. But yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Now I kind of want to picture with the friend though. And then okay, so why did they go to Hinford? Is the question. Like, why would such city-bound people end up in Hinford? I don't know. Like, cause he would have graduated. maybe he just wanted like a countryside place to like fulfill his artist's dreams. And maybe he has this idea that like once he was like settled in a place with no chaos after 4 years of like grueling art school. I don't know how long art school is though. Hey people, so there was a bug in my room. This is true. It was a wasp. This is true. Unfortunately, I'm coming back to say rest in peace because my sister, she was trying to get it out. My mom was actively looking for her spray bottle that she has with bug killing whatever in it. And my sister was like trying to get it out peacefully. But she accidentally, when she put she had like a top of something and she tried to put it on top of it to like, like scooch it out with paper or whatever. She accidentally missed and like it was pretty morbid. But I didn't watch any of it because I was scared. But at least I wasn't crazy. But RP to that bug. It was a wasp, by the way. I don't know if I said that, so RP to that wasp. It was definitely scared and it was trying to get out, and I'm concerned on how I got in. Like I do open my door open my window occasionally, and for some reason this house doesn't have a screen, like like there's normally like a screen, but it doesn't have that, so maybe we should get that. Don't know how I got in without me noticing, but anyways, rest in peace to that bug. Right, so I was talking about, I don't know how long art school is, but we were saying that he graduated. Maybe they spent a year while he was still in school, and like he talked about this idea of wanting to be somewhere different when he was like refining his like I don't know, like I want him to almost like have like a project that he's working on, and maybe like this like I don't know, I feel like he could be like one of those artists that's like I want it like this time that I spent in my life like in him for like in maybe like 20 years. He'd be like in Hemford was when I really found what art meant to me, and maybe he just wanted to be somewhere where there's no distractions. And Brindleton Bay is like relatively country. I mean, honestly, it pretty like the back parts of it really are, and so maybe this place like reminds him of home, but it has this like weird energy that he enjoys. And I just wonder because like especially with their house, like how they could have wound up here. But maybe they just saw like cheap property like in the town, and like sure it's an old house and it's very rickety, but they just like both wanted somewhere that wouldn't like be stressful to them financially, and everything else just kind of came from there. And there's definitely more thinking I could do, and when I type it out I probably will like fill in even more blanks that are still in place. But the additional part of their story that is present in game currently, they have a child sim living with them, and I want this to be one of the sims that I still haven't like gotten to how I want the kids to like really be trapped here, because I don't really know, like I don't, like I've said this since the beginning, like I don't want the sims to actually be trapped here. Like honestly I think it'll be very cool for like the gameplay to be almost getting out of Henford, and if that's like setting like a standard of like they can't leave until they have 100,000 saved, just like even if it's not really a financial motivation for the sims like why they're staying here, but just like as like a good like marker in the game of like how stable you've become, to like move them out and like have maybe like the families that are like standout households, like have them like see what they look like in another place that isn't Hanford. But I don't know how I can justify children being here. Like, I don't know. Because now I'm thinking like, what if this was like a place where people particularly drop off kids, and maybe there's like an actual like house somewhere, like more the vibe of, I hate to say vibe, I'm gonna talk about things that are like genuinely tragic. But maybe there's just like a place of like people that had kids that didn't want them by the end of it, and like they donate donate. Whoa, so sorry, that's literally the craziest word I've ever used in my entire life. Hello. I don't know, donate's not the word. Like what's like they, cause I not drop them off, but like they like, cause I wanted to like, there's like a system in which they're doing it. I guess putting them up for adoption, but it's not putting them up for adoption. Like, it's really putting them into like a place where there's a person that's willing to take care of all these kids. And oh wait, I did want to build, which this sounds crazy, and I haven't like really refined it to like what would make sense. But I did want to build something that would be like, I guess like the most literal version would be a church, but I want this sounds so crazy. But I want there to be a place like almost like the vibe of what are they called? Nans? Wait, nuns. Wow, okay. They called nuns. But I wouldn't want it to be a gender thing at all. But like this might be like a collection of like maybe like I would say, what if we had like, okay, sorry, I'm thinking about this and also trying to say it at the same time, but we have like X amount of Sims. Okay, mom's yelling, hopefully y'all can hear her. Like X amount of Sims, maybe like 7 of them. I want it to be enough to where you would see these Sims often in town, but like every one of their outfits is a black cloak, so we only see them like that. And then we build like a church resembling place, and I want to have like a pretty courtyard with like playground equipment and just like good nature vibes, and like plants, not plant, like farmland. And I'm thinking the way we could do this and get more Sims onto the log, because I kind of want there to be a ton of them, would be to put like one adult in the household, and then which would be the person in the cloak, and then like fill the rest of the household with kids and maybe teens too, and have it just be like a ton of people in this lot, and they're like taking care of the kids, but they're also like kind of instilling different like different, slightly different things than just a curriculum in the students. And which, because they're just students, but they also live there, if you know what I mean. And I don't know, because I think it could be interesting if the lore of this town is literally that it just runs off of people that were abandoned, and the other people that move in like offer all these different like possibilities to the kids, and they're like, wow, like these people chose to be here, and I've just been here, and this is all I know, and I don't even know my family. All I know is Henford. And I think that would create like a naturally eerie vibe for them, or like in the town, like you just walk into the space and you can feel that so many people aren't necessarily tethered to this place by like the fact that they were born here, but they're tethered to this place by the fact that it's all they know. And I think it's also more interesting than just having older people that have roots to the town and have younger like little kids, and we could have infants attached to this town in a much different way. And I think that it's not like it's no part of it is like they're trapped in this space, but I think a lot of them like literally you just grow up and this is all you know, all your friends are here, and all like all the other kids and all that stuff is like they're there, so they just tend to grow up and stay there, and then maybe they transition to the people with the cloaks. I don't know, but and I don't know, the closest sound, like the reason this idea isn't even in my head is because when Corey took the kid, what is her name? I don't think I know. Do I? Laurel? I think I might have kept Laurel. That was one of the ideas, but maybe not. That doesn't sound like something I would pick. But I had them go to, like I said, the plains area, and like there was just a person that was walking around, and this person was walking around in all white, to be fair. But I don't, obviously I'm not doing that for reasons, if you know, you know. I hope everybody knows why I wouldn't have people walking around in white cloaks in my world. As even though like that would be like, I think that white has like, I mean, it does have an energy of scariness, like literally because of the KKK, yes. But I think that that has like a ghostly energy, which I think would have been cool. But I'm just saying that doesn't even make any sense. Like me putting that in my world sounds ridiculous. And I don't know. I would just like have the wrong. It wouldn't. If I think there's things like artistic choices where you can make it and know what it means for you, but the energy you can't denounce the energy that certain things just hold. Like there's just certain things you just can't do, certain tropes you just shouldn't do. But so they're gonna be all black, which I think is cute too. I think because I want a lot of people here are kind of like gothic vibes. But yeah. So there was somebody that walked behind him in all white, and like it scared me. And I think that that would be like such a, like, a fun part of like people like they get scared by these people, but they know they're like all very sweet and are really doing amazing work, like taking in all these children from around the town. But it is like a jump scare sometimes when you see them at night or something like that. And yeah, so I think that's a pretty cool idea. It is hella involved. um but I think any of these like more integral builds for this save are going to be that. And yeah, I don't know, but that sounds like a fun idea to try to see if I can actually execute it in The Sims, because I've yet to like take advantage of like the fact that residential rentals, like you can get 8 Sims into each whatever thing you make a residential rental, you know. And I think that'll be very fun to see how that works in like a bigger, larger scale. So maybe that's the idea. um and maybe that, I would say that that build probably would be fun to record a long play, because it's going to be very exploratory for me. So, which was also this build, which is why I thought it would be fun to record this one, but it worked out how it did, so beautiful. But yeah, and yeah, so anytime any family wants to like take in one of these kids, I think that they could do that, and it's not like something that's like looked down upon at all. And this one kid that they have, I don't know, I guess we could work that out now, like how this one child would have been like so close to them that they would take her in. um I mean, Corey's, he just has art, but I feel like maybe he is like a pretty selfless individual in the sense that he like prioritizes volunteering and like getting into the community and just seeing what the community is like in all these places that he travels. And maybe that is like one of the places where he just like really enjoyed helping them work, while when like I don't know how many times he would have done it or how long they've even been here, because they've probably been here for a minute. Like their place is pretty cluttered, and I don't know, maybe he just like, I really know how they would have worked this out. Because I mean, maybe she was much younger when they first got her, which is actually really cute. Like, hmm, maybe she was just, I don't know, because I think it would be cool if, like, if she showed an interest in his art, because I could see him maybe like posting up there, because I think that whatever this build is, it should be very beautiful. And that's going to depend on my building skills, but I think it should be like very naturally like serene, and I don't know, just like a paradise in a way. And maybe he just enjoyed painting there a lot, and he could have had like classes with the kids or something, and maybe she just showed like a particular interest and like would like sit and talk with him about it, because I don't think that they probably have schedules, but like I think that everything is very loosey goosey. Like I think if like one of the people in the cloaks like saw that she was like talking to him, like they would just like tell the rest of the kids like, all right y'all, let's go to the park, and then like they like one of them like winks at her. I was like, you stay, like you chill, you like this artist, like that's cool, like soak that up, soak that inspiration up. And I don't know, I feel like he's probably one of those people that just like treats everybody like an adult, and it's like, well, do you want to come look at my art like that I have at my studio? And um I don't know, I think like over time like that trust was just built, and like I feel like they probably would like they would have had her over for dinner or something, and like the two of them like Mila and Corey like each other, and it's like, well, like she's like perfect, like we should keep, like not keep her, but like we like some point offer that she could live here with us and practice art every day. And like Corey be like, well, I can bike her to the place every morning. And like they just like slowly started thinking of like, wow, we could really like start a family. And I think with Corey, like for him it was just like, this is like very, we can make room, we can like foster this child's like betterment and have her in a home, and like just like with them, and like make sure like they can like fulfill all her dreams. And I think that he was just like very all in, and I think that from like a caring front, Mila was too. And I do imagine it's not that she was like ever struggling with infertility, but I think that there was like an energetic like, I want kids, but it just hadn't happened yet. And she just probably didn't even think that it would have been like where like the ball would have dropped would have been somewhere like Henford. And like she couldn't like denounce the fact that she also wanted the same things that Corey wanted for the kid. And yeah, they just made room, and she was here. And I think that like they first like the bedroom that the kid is living in is where they lived first, and then like it's in like the parents. And as she got older, they just made room, and they were like, she like deserves her own like private space, and like she had never shared a room, or never not shared a room with someone, so this was like her first time having her own room. And yeah, so I think maybe like they met her like maybe in the kid range, but like leaning more on like 5 to 6, because I think that she's only like 8 now, because I still want her to be like a little kid. And yeah, I'm trying to think, because I feel like it's still missing, it's missing something in that, because I guess I can't really tell how Milo would feel about it. Like, I mean, it's not even how Milo would feel about it. Like, I guess how would you get a kid? Like, maybe they host like festivals and stuff year round, because that's also something I really want to get into, like with the calendar. I really want to get into the Sims calendar, yes. But like, and make like seasonal things. Like, what's the one that celebrates spring? That one movie is called it. What is that called? I don't know, but like that one like celebration, like something like that, for every season. And I think like maybe like when they have like events like that, like everybody shows up, and like Mala has the coffee there maybe, and maybe they host some things, because I also like they are right there by the town, so like maybe they like invite people over, and like the kids come, and like the people that are over them are there too. And I think they just like got very like organically closer over time. But like maybe like they were going through like a season of like there being a lot more kids there. or like new babies coming in or something like that, and like they were just being stretched thin, and like Corey noticed from the fact that he was there like doing classes and stuff, which could be really so fun. Because if we have a residential rental and we set up like where they could have like obviously shared spaces and like make a classroom, like he could really have a classroom there, and that could expand his artist like storyline so much more, because right now all I can have him do is paint, and that would be like really nice. Like she could go there and like learn her bike and all that stuff. And I think that like he like, I don't know, like I just feel like he would be like, well, like we can take, I know it's not much, but I would love it if I wish I knew her name. If she could stay with us. Like I think that I think that she could stay with us. And they're like, well, you know what, that would free up a a bed, and any bed that's free is great. And it's just been so much, it's been a lot less people being willing to taking kids in the community, as we get more new people showing up here. I don't know why some new people are showing up here. Woo 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 woo. Break the cycle. Y'all, I really hope, and the thing is, like I feel like I really don't know how many people watch from that are like watching our videos. Well, we have to break the cycle, like hashtag break the cycle, but or is it close the cycle? I don't know, but yeah, I think that could be interesting. And again, like as I write it, I think I could figure out some more things, but it sounds fun. I like the idea of it so far, and it puts this build even in more perspective and like more environment. And I think like that's just like something that's so special, like in anything that you do. And I think I see everything as a story, like not even from like a writer perspective, because I think when I think like when my brain thinks story, there's a piece missing on my mic. That's interesting. um when you think of a story, like I feel like I think like words, paper, book immediately, but like stories are told in so many different ways, and they take so many different forms and so many different mediums, and like with every, like there's world building, but there's also world building when you draw, there's world building when you play a game or build a video game or anything like that, you know. And I think that it's interesting the way it shows up in The Sims, because like in The Sims is really like this interconnected web, if you choose to play that way, of like, well, this is where my sim works, this is where my sim lives, this is my sim's childhood home, this is where my sim's family lives, this is where the random uncle lives, like, and like you can just build a web out like that. And I think that is so interesting, because you can never really know the end story, at least like not the way I play it. I play it like the build pops up in my head, I'm like, okay, let's go. But I never predict the story, so it's like it's very interesting anytime a new idea unfolds in my brain, because I'm like, wow, like okay, like now we're going to do that, right? So and like I never would have known any of this when I said, oh, I want to build something inspired by From, because I really like this show right now. Like we're so far from that. And it's crazy, and it's wild how it's happened, like how it's happened over so much time. Like when I first started that show, I was like, working my last job, fully burnt out, but like From like revived everything creative within me in like such a crazy way. Like I was in such a bad place when I started watching that show, like it's crazy. And I was just laid in my bed, like I couldn't do anything, I didn't feel like doing anything, and I just watched that show. I watched it. I watched it all, like it's crazy, because I mean, and it's like obviously none of it is like I would say it's not worth crying about, but I would be lying if I thought that was the truth. Like I think anything is worth crying about. But I think that like it's just crazy to think that the version of me that was like sitting there, and I can remember the first scene and like the first like point of like, oh my god, this is what this show is about. And like I just remember Boyd ringing that freaking bell, and like me watching it, like, wait, like this man is T. Like I love that the show is starting off with this like strong black man character. Like I'm into all of this, and I knew nothing about the show, and it literally was just because it was on the front of like my page that I watch shows on. Can't really get into that, but but yeah, it was just there, and like crazy that my mom had already watched. She had been watching it since it started airing, which I didn't know that either. I mean, I knew in the back of my mind, but I didn't realize when I was watching the show until I think I don't even know how I remembered, but I was just like talking to her about it. I don't know, but yeah, it's crazy to think that watching that, and like the fact that I even had the ability to binge watch shows, because I can't even, like, I don't know, I just don't even do it now. I guess not in this season of my life. I just haven't been into binge watching shows, but um, like I just really sat there and watched the whole thing. Like, it really, it's crazy. And then like for like as soon as I was done with it, then season 4 was coming out, and then I was like able to like keep the vibes going long enough for me to get tethered enough in this world to be able to take this to its a whole storyline of its own. And it felt like the show like carried me all the way through that, and then like furthermore carried me to another state, and like now I'm living in like the environment that the show is like set in, like not like literally, but like the vibes are like that. And it's just like it's weird, like these like lines that just follow through your life and lead you all the way to here talking about a man from Brindleton Bay and a girl from Sulani. Like, you know, it's just interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else with this family. Oh, she's pregnant. She is pregnant. But I'm gonna play that very slow, because even now as I'm talking about other things that I want to happen for the kid before she is a teen, I definitely want to give everything space and time to develop. So I did pause the pregnancy. I was like halfway covering the screen so I could not see the gender before I had like paused it via MC Command Center. But yeah, I'm so excited about that. And I think that's it with the storyline. I haven't talked about the build at all. At all. I don't think, I'm trying to think if there was any like particular points that I would have like loved to be able to talk about in real time that I could talk about now. I think the kids room is where I started, so we are probably far from that now. But I really wanted her to like have this interest in things bigger than her. And it's kind of interesting to think about someone who has not seen any other. Salem, the kitty, is outside my door. She can't come in right now. I'm almost done. And then we're gonna go eat some. We can hang out. We can hang out in a second. She's so cute though. I want her in here, but she'll distract me even more than my brain already distracts me. But right. So what was I talking about? Kid. Yeah, I think it's interesting that like the concept of like a kid in general, but like if we're talking Sims terms, like a child sim that hasn't seen any other world in the Sims universe, but has this fascination with the stars and the moon and the sky. So I just like, I don't know, because like what if her, like the way that she leaves this town is like going to go become like a scientist or something. Like that could be so cool. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so that was like, I really wanted her room to have that energy of like just like creative, messy, cluttered, but also like aspiring astrologer, I guess. Ooh, astrologer. I didn't even mean to say that, but I mean astrologer in the sense, like spiritual sense. And also I was thinking earlier, which is the crazy callback, but so when I was talking about the phone call between Indy and Corey, I think that with her, she like that whole household is pretty. I mean, they're all very spiritual, I would think, and I think with her, like, she could just feel, because what was weird was like how much they didn't know each other. Like they hadn't even introduced themselves to each other, but like she's calling and saying, like, you need to like commit to her. But I think that Mila needs someone to like commit for one, but also it's something about someone being willing to follow her through all of her dreams. And like, I don't know, because it's like she doesn't have like this like big final life goal, but I think that there's like a level of like she felt like her dad abandoned her, but like the physical action was her abandoning him because like she was the one that left. But I think that like once he realized that she wasn't willing to stay there, he kind of became a shell of himself and like became very distant, but like they're like still like helping. And at this point they have like a full rhythm in like whatever repair shop they have in Sulani, and like so they're like coexisting for a long time. But like maybe he kind of knew that she was going to leave on her own volition at some point, and like he just started moving crazy, and like it made her feel like she wasn't like real, or like wasn't worth like following, or like worth supporting. Because I think like the parent doesn't necessarily have to follow, but like if they don't support, like it kind of leaves people feeling like is this even the right decision, and like she just felt like she was like suspended in air and had nowhere to go. But then like when Corey came into her life, I think that he had this energy of like, no, like it's okay if you want that, like it's okay if I want, like he knew in his heart like it's okay if I want to go to Henford and be with nothing but my art. It's okay if I want to do that. Like he was fully ready to invest that in his own life. But like I think that he still hasn't shown that he is with her because he's in love with her, and not just with her because she has like that level of mysteriousness that she had in the repair shop, and like the like level of like worth ethic I guess that she has, and like how smart she is. Like she wants to know that he's with her in it for the long game, like not just because like it was the right vibe or like the right because I think like with artists, like I also crazy, I don't think my brain is all over the place, but I think I make it sound like it's all over the place, so then I like start talking like a crazy person. But who's a crazy person? Me. So there was this Instagram post that I saw that was like a string of pictures from a photographer that was taking pictures of his wife every time that she left the house. And when I started scrolling, I was like, this is so cute. Like, cause it was like old pictures, like it had like a vintage, like whatever. Gen Z sees vintage photo. This was so cute. But, and then like as you keep scrolling, like she is visibly losing interest in something. I mean, we don't know if it's him. I mean, I think actually she did come and say something, but like we didn't know like it's the marriage, the state of the marriage, or like her life, like if work is training her, she's like tired. But then as you keep scrolling, like you're like, oh my god, like she's not even smiling for the camera anymore. But like the husband had become so focused on this artistic like capturing of these pictures that have like this like candidness I guess to him, and it was capturing a specific subject that was special to him, and like he could like frame her perfectly in all these cute pictures with all her like outfits and all that stuff. And like I don't know what his full purpose for doing it was, but they end up, I think I'm pretty sure they ended up getting a divorce because it was like he had turned it too much into a project, and I guess lost sight of the fact that like she is a human, and he wasn't just taking a picture of like an inanimate object every day. Like he was taking a picture of somebody that's in different mental spaces every day, that's going through different things, that has different like things on her mind when she's leaving the house. Like I don't know, but this is all assumption obviously, except for the divorce part. I think that is real, but like I'm just assuming what's going on. But I think that that's something interesting in like an artistic trope, because even like with myself, I do think that like there's times where I really will put The Sims in any creative endeavor that I'm participating in above anything else, like above my own health, above like responding to people, leaving my room, like anything like that. And I think that if, like he could definitely have like a balance of that, like where she kind of feels like, did you move here so we both could like be settled and financially free, or was this like did I even make this decision to move here, or was it just him? And like, would you have taken any girl that agreed to move here with you? Because I mean, like, when you think that they met him, or she met him when like he was like freshly, I don't know, he actually wasn't freshly out of college. He was like in college, like he's still like in this like college, very closed off view of life, I would say. Like I think his closed off view in the sense that like he really was like so hyper focused on his art because he was in art school and like constantly creating and like refining and building a portfolio, whatever. And I think that he probably seemed detached from the relationship even when they dated in semi Shuno. But I think she thought that like once he was out of school that his focus would shift more to them and like making time for them to hang out and chat. And like I don't even know, because with relationships it's so weird because it's like you really just do stuff together. Like you have deep conversations, you do stuff together and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was just like he would like roll into bed late every night or something like that, or like what's actually happening in him for this, also showing his lack of commitment to her specifically. But I think that like Indy picked up on that. She was just like, you need to like commit to this girl, and also like make sure you're giving her just as much attention as you're giving everything and everyone else around you. Like, yes, she's a rock, yes, she is stable, yes, she's good at like regulating her emotions, regulating his emotions, like all the stuff that she was doing for her family or whatever they look like in Sulani with her dad. But that doesn't mean that that's why she's here with you today. Like, she's not here just to make sure that you're okay. She's here to live her own life and like to live one with you. And maybe Indy knew that a little bit of that from being a creative as well. Like, she writes music, and maybe like she became so closed off in her own environment that she kind of fled to Henford on that foot of like the artist of like, I need everybody to be away from me and I need to be on my own little tower and create my stuff without any distractions. So I think a lot of time like that's how consuming creating can feel. Like you're like, actually everything else needs to be gone for me to be able to do this correctly. And I think Corey thought that, but he was like, but I want my girl, like I want my hero, but like also I gotta lock in, like, but it's like for him it's really, it is financial, but it really isn't. Like for him it's really just the artistic urge to create. But it isn't supporting the relationship completely. Like he does need to turn more attention to her. And yeah, but and also I think like with making her his safe space, because like he treats her like that, but then also like when he ultimately needs to clear his mind, like he's doing something else, like he's smoking a cigarette, he's cooking, I have him baking loaves and stuff for the cafe. And like I think like maybe with his emotions and stuff he doesn't often go to her, or like if he has like an idea, like he goes on a walk about it and like doesn't like talk to her. So it was like all the things that like she thought was like very cute about him like in college, and was like, oh, he just needs to go for a walk. I think she's like, would like, or is like, anything between us not enough for you? And I think with a relationship like there would be a healthy balance of both ideally, but I think with her she's like, why won't you like, why can't we like talk about things? Like I create too, like things like that. So I don't know, but that's like a little drama. um but I don't know, I kind of love these Sims. Like I kind of love them. I think, should I pause aging? But then the thing is, like, what's annoying when playing in between like building a full save is I want the seasons to be stationary until I click and say, all right, change my season. And I want the age to be different, to be stationary until I click and say that. But at the same time, like when you're playing, like you do naturally want like, okay, it's time for the season to change, like I'm ready. So I don't know, I might just pause aging. I think I should just pause aging. But then they're all, maybe it's good if I'm not doing that, because they'll all be the same age otherwise. Which is kind of annoying in The Sims, I won't lie. Like when you put a whole bunch of townies down at the same time, then they're all gone at the same time too. So I don't know. But I hope that I'll play with all the Sims enough to like be able to manage that and see that coming before it does. But I also think that having that area with the kids and being able to put teens there will be nice too, because then like kids will be aging up, and then like I can go back in and add more infants or something, and we were like playing with them, like we'd be like, oh my god, like 2 new infants have shown up at the door. Let's go. And yeah, so I think that could be really cute and fun. Tragedy obviously is involved, but I think that would be a fun idea to play. I think I don't know. I really love Kids Sims, and like now I'm like, how can I get as many infants on this lot? How can I get as many kids on this lot and like have them all have so much fun and play? Um, just because like I go through such ways to where I'm like, I don't want to see nothing but a young adult right now. Like I don't want to see nothing but a young adult, and I'm on the other side of that right now. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a really fun idea. And I was trying to talk about the build, which I just got me on another tangent about the family. But another space I really like in this house is the kitchen. It is really small, like the whole place is really small. But I think that the kitchen, like once I changed the countertops to black, I was like, okay, this actually looks nice and has the energy. Like I wanted it to be very like, I wanted it to feel warm, but I also want it to feel, I guess, like to emulate the fact that like the mom has a kind of a darker energy. So I wanted the house to be kind of dark, but like the counters were so light that it was like, oh my god, this is, but they were so cute. I just really like the color, like two-tone color towels, but it's okay. We just ultimately went for the black ones from Horse Ranch, which those also have such a nice rustic edge to them. It looks like they could like refinish them, like restain them or something, but they have like the same structure, like from like whoever had this house before them. And yeah, I think that's very cool too. um the outdoor space, I think like after like the last few lots where there was so much going on outdoors, I say few as if there's not only 3 behind this house. Right. But yeah, I think like the outdoor space was like a priority, especially for the cabin. Like with the RVs, it was like almost like they needed it because the RVs are small. But with the cabin, like I really just wanted them to be outside people. So for this one, I feel like I kept it more simple in that sense, because the guy's an artist and then she runs the cafe. So for them, it was really more important to have nice interior spots, I would say. But then, like, of course, we have like stuff out there for the kid and other kids that will eventually be in the world that can come over there and hang out and play with her. And I added a chicken coop because I wanted chickens. I wanted eggs, and I also just wanted chickens. I just love the little loose chickens running around the place, and like they go into the basement area, which I did not expect, but it's kind of cute. And is there anything else out there? I did add a kiddie pool, but now it's fall, so I don't have her swimming in the, or like lounging in the pool. And then obviously the whole cafe space, which I'm still like, I don't know. I think I can make it more functional, like just like in a better way. Like as far as that table, and maybe just like split it up into like 2 tables with 2 chairs. I don't know. Cause like what could be cool, like if it was like a long picture, it's like elder version of her moving back to San Myshuno or something. So I think as their kid grows up, they're gonna be like, I don't know. Maybe they go homeschool the kid or something and like travel. But this is such one picture and such only like focus on this family. It's hard because like I also want to think about it in the greater context of the entire save. Like, do I want people leaving at all? I don't know, but we'll see. I'm so close to the end of this video now, which I'm like surprised that I'm like, I feel like I should just finish it off. Actually, I'm not that close. Oh, Well, in the greater scheme of things, I am. But I am also getting very hungry. But I don't even know what happened in the last 10 minutes of the video, which is why I'm kind of concerned to leave you guys alone, because I don't think I did much anything. I guess I should pause and see where I'm at. Let me do that. Okay, this part, I would say the cafe was probably the first spot where I truly started like falling off energy wise in this build. And I think it was because I just wasn't invested in the concept of like my original idea of just putting like a kitchen in there, which honestly now thinking that could have been really cool, but I wouldn't have had a stove in there anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, I just wanted it to look like, I was like, well, I could just make this like a convenience store vibe, and because I think that that's kind of like the energy, the extra energy, like where I think that she's also like a businesswoman low key, like, and she knows like we could make consistent money, like passive money, just doing this, and running her cafe, and then like she can just continue her repair work in her free time. And I think like running a shop and like having people passing by is kind of something that she's had her entire life, so she likes having people in and out of like her space in a way, and that would give more reason for people to come by and like pick up something from the van. And it kind of mirrors like what is happening in town where they run like the little market stands, like the same vibe of like people just like having open places for people to shop that aren't like entire storefronts in the town. I think that it just makes sense to continue that vibe throughout the save. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I'm like scratching my brain so hard to like see if there's anything else to talk about. But I guess it's just because I was talking about this stuff for 10 hours. I love to say I was swimming for 10 hours. I guess so funny to me. But it's not even like it wasn't like I was like sat playing that long straight. Like it was over 4 days. So there's really not that much every day. But yeah, so the inside is like very empty, and I thought that I would go back in and stock it up with stuff, but then I was kind of having fun like selling the things that he was making in there. But I do think I want like, I don't know, I think I'll just have to remodel it at some point to like actually suit what I want happening in there, because I didn't really know. And I also didn't know if I could just like drag things to the counter and it would just be like things you could sell, but that is how it works. So I don't know, because I would like for there to be like a stockpile of food, but with the Sims is so like you would need him in there at all points in time cooking to like keep up with that. But maybe I could have her start selling some things. And she does have like a life goal to be a master mixologist. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say she could make the fizz, but that's not that's not that's not that. But maybe there's like, I'm sure I have some recipes maybe of like drinks that are maybe bottled drinks. I don't know. But maybe we could do, I mean, I could cheat her skill though. Like I could cheat her mixology skill, or have it mirror her juice fizzing skill maybe. So like if she levels up in that, I'll level up her mixology. So like she's working towards that, but like in our head, like the mixology is like, no, I want to be able to make my own juices and sell them. So I think that'd be super fun. And I can imagine the fizzer is cute. I don't remember what it looks like, but everything with Eagle Style is cute except for that damn fabricator. They need to fix that. I mean, not fix it. I just want another one. It doesn't look so beep bop boop bop beep bop beep bop. It's just like it's too futuristic. I don't know. They could at least made it look earthy, like not even earthy, like twigs and rocks and whatever, but like just like how that one looks like industrial in a cute way. Like why does the fabricator look like an entity? But yeah, so the living room, which I probably should have gave a preface that what I put up there at first was just a fake, like for the time being thing. And this is when I tried to do it in a real way. I don't know, like I like it, but I think the living rooms look more inorganic than I thought, like just in real life, because they all just stand up straight. And I guess like I want it to be as smooth as like a little hobbit hole. Like if you think like Minecraft, like you make like a cute like little mossy hobbit hole, like that's what I how smooth I wanted the transition to be with a roof. Like that's just not the case. Like it's completely separate from the ground and it's also flat. But so like a lot of things is like the flowers stick straight up, which is natural. Like that's like they go for the sun. So so I need to stop moving. My chair is so um rickety now. My sister broke it down when we were moving, and we have not found all the screws. So like it's fine, but it's missing like 3 out of the 5 that hold the back end. So it can rotate a little more freely than it could before. It's not bad. Like I don't notice it when I'm playing, but when I'm only hearing my voice, like I'm making a lot of noise actually. But what was I was talking about something that the living room, yeah. But yeah, so I think it turned out pretty cute though, to be honest. Like in gameplay, it doesn't stand out to me as an ugly thing, so that makes me believe that it's at least not ugly. And yeah, I went back in and added some columns around the house just to give it a little bit more structural impact. And like underneath the stairs is where I think it's so cute, and I can't believe I didn't have anything there before. Like I think that looks great, and it's pretty realistic because I always think about like the stairs. I mean, I think free floating stairs like that actually like exist, but I like having a little column going down. It's really cute. And the ones from Horse Ranch actually, like normally that blackness that those have, like is more off-putting to me, even in like in the counters. But obviously those, I picked the black swatch, so it kind of made more sense. But I always think it's such a deep color. But like with this, like with a build that's actually like that grungy and like that country, I guess, like it really works. And I really liked using those columns and that brick. I did have a very cute brick that I saw originally, like what I picked originally, because I'm sure you saw it there because I did try to make it work for a while. But it had like the natural like corner pieces were darker, and then it was darker at the bottom, so when you stack it up then it's like it's 2 levels of like this dark ombre at the bottom of the wallpaper. So I was like, I don't think I can make it work. And then like once I added a fireplace, I was like, I definitely can't make it work. So I switched it, but like after switching it now, that let me find those werewolf windows that match pretty perfectly to the um to the sorry, my sister texted me. Uh matched it perfectly to the brick. And yep, so we kind of just went from there with all the windows. But the windows they're always a hassle for me. Like I never know what to pick. But I think that one is freaking on the lot is gonna be a little bit churchy vibes. And I say that, but like I really mean like stone infrastructure, like giving almost castle, but not castle, and scary in a sense. This church is a little bit scary to me. Like if you think like horror movie. But I don't know, it's so weird because it's like I feel like I connect all my interests like aesthetically, but then it's hard because it's like what I'm saying, like no, like the vibe from a scary movie. Like I don't want it to actually be scary, and I don't want like bad things to be happening to these kids, but like in the sense that like in the sense that we're in the setting of a horror movie though. Like okay, um, and there's also this pack from CC pack from Hey Brian that I downloaded a while ago, but I haven't been able to use because it's so like stone building, and I just don't build full stone buildings. I don't know if I ever have, but with this one I think that's what it will be. And I can use those windows and it's so pretty, and then I can also use all the new well, not new stuff, but newish stuff from Life and Death, because I haven't built anything in that style either, to use those like fancy windows. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, this is something I've never done, so I think that'll be very cool. I think this is when I was giving my final takes on this build, and then I got out and I started doing more things. Like, watch. This maybe not. Have I added the chicken coop in already? No, that's when I left it for the chicken coop. But the video is almost over now, so we're gonna have some screenies of everything, and I hope you all enjoyed, and the download should be in the description, so enjoy the build too.